Hi, and welcome back. Today, we're going to look at ways of improving your YouTube videos. What the heck was that? What's with all the jump cuts? Ruby wants to know, what's with all the jump cuts? Look, I'm going to let you in on a little secret here. Up until that long ago, I didn't really watch a lot of YouTube videos. You know, I'd watch the occasional how-to if I had to rewire the electrical panel in the house. Or build a device to reanimate a pet. Anyway, now for the most part I, watch broadcast TV and Netflix and movies. That's what I work in, so that's what I'm interested in watching. I like to see what's out there, what's new, what they're doing that they're not hiring me to work on. What, you had to hire that editor for that? Couldn't hire me? Anyway, as the lockdown continued and I reached the end of Netflix, I decided to see what my kids have been staring at intently night after night after night, all night long. No, it's YouTube. And you know what? There's some pretty interesting content up there. I decided to look into 3D printers. So I used YouTube to help me research it. That led me to some retro tech channels, and that led me to some science channels, and that led me to... Well, you get the idea. I know. You're probably thinking, duh, you just figured this out? Yeah, I did. Anyway, as I watched these hundreds of videos, I soon discovered that some YouTubers really need to learn the basics of editing. I can't tell you how many would throw jump cuts in willy-nilly just to try to make themselves seem better on camera than they really are. Some are clearly using a teleprompter, but still need to resort to jump cuts to clean up their presentation. Come on, YouTubers, you're better than that. You are the few, the proud, the tubers. Take the time and do it properly. If you can't get 3 words into your presentation without the need for a jump cut, and for goodness sake, please start the take over again. So in the spirit of learning, teaching, and filling content on YouTube channel, let's look at some really simple things you could do to avoid those jump cuts. Number 1, just do another take. Sounds simple, but clearly it appears to be the most difficult concept to grasp. When you screw up, stop, start again. When you make it through, do a safety take. And remember, just because you stumbled or, what's the phrase I was thinking of? Oh yeah, made a boo-boo, it's not the end of the world. It might actually make you look and sound human. See, I screwed that up. Who cares? Number 2, at the very least, reframe, either practically or digitally. If you have a section you're really struggling with, do an angle change. Add a pickup. Sure, I know, you only have one camera. So do I. But your audience doesn't need to know that. You don't want to take the time to reposition the camera and do a second take? Fine! Think of another way to cover the cut. There must be some way of covering it. Number 3, create some graphics for cover. Some concepts are really hard to speak about cleanly, and some concepts need a bit of a visual representation. Cover your edits with some sort of graphic content. I don't care that you can't draw, neither can I. You don't have to be Rembrandt to create a graphic to explain a concept. Check out Mark Roper's videos, some of the best on YouTube, not only in information, but entertainment as well. And from BRoll, I've seen him use old greasy pizza boxes to help explain his idea. What a great idea! And he got lunch out of it too. Even if all you have to work with is a Chiron machine from the 1980s, type up some text and cover those jump cuts. Number 4, shoot some B-roll. If you're talking about this device right here, don't just hold it up to the camera and wait for the autofocus to take over. Just pretend camera 2 is shooting it. When you're done, grab your camera and shoot it from a different angle. We call this B-roll. See how hard that was? That took me like 30 seconds to grab the camera and move it over there a little bit, shoot a different angle of it. Does the continuity match? Who cares? I've avoided a jump cut in my speech. That took me like 10 tries to do, too. I bet you didn't even know. Don't have an actual copy of what you're referencing? So what? Steal it off the internet. Everyone's doing it. Seriously. Most areas will allow you some fair use privileges if you're referencing an image to help you get the point across to document your idea. Now, this doesn't mean I can just run out and grab a clip of the $6 million man running down the field because it would make a good joke and I want to use it. See, that was okay because I was using that to explain the concept of stealing footage off the internet, which is what this segment is all about. Anyway, the insert of the chyron from earlier, totally legit. There are many out there who have no idea what a chyron was. So I used that photo to explain my point. Sure, you might get sued for copyright infringement. Heck, I might get sued for it. But if your intent is legitimately to help explain the use and not to commercialize anything, like anything on YouTube's commercialized, right? And the length isn't overly excessive, the chances are you will be fine. Having said that, proceed at your own risk. Number 5. Okay, I don't actually have a number 5, but I stumbled really badly out of number 4 and I needed that graphic to hide the edit. So there you have it. Some really easy ways to clean up your videos on YouTube. See what I did there? As always, well, I haven't come up with a tagline yet. So for now, I'll just say thanks for watching and check back soon for more videos. I guess I'm supposed to take this opportunity to ask you to ring the bell and subscribe, and I'll be honest with you, it's a pretty new channel. I don't even know if YouTube's installed the bell yet. I think I might be on a waiting list for the bell. But anyway, if you want to ring it and you can find it to ring it, sure, ring the bell. Subscribe, whatever floats your boat. And I think I'm also supposed to thank my Patreon supporters right now. Well, I'm sure that'll look better next time you come back as well. Anyway, until then, thanks for watching. Oh yeah, one more thing. Don't leave the footage in of you reaching forward to turn off the camera. That bugs me even more than jump cuts.